The Monkey is a new dark comedy and horror film by writer, director and actor Osgood Perkins, who is the same filmmaker behind last year's successful horror chiller Longlegs. Recognised horror filmmaker James Wan produced The Monkey. This is based on Stephen King's short story, known as the same title, part of a collection of short stories called Skeleton Crew, released in 1985. The film is about when twin brothers, Bill and Hal, find their father's old monkey toy in the attic and a series of gruesome deaths start. The siblings decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. I very much enjoyed Longlegs and was interested to see what Osgood Perkins was going to do next, how he would deliver a very serious short story by Stephen King, but to add a bit of taste of dark comedy. Also, since it is different than Longlegs in tone and genre. I did watch the trailers and thought, yeah, that looks pretty good, but for some reason I wasn't feeling complete hype over The Monkey. I was more than happy to skip the preview screenings and just wait for its day of release, and in the end, as much as I didn't love this was still a pretty good film. So firstly, I think what you may want to hear first of all is how are the kills? Well, they were fun and unapologetic, with great gore execution. Especially the first scene of the film, set in a pawn shop with Adam Scott. It is one of the best gory moments, and it works to grab the audience for one hell of a ride ahead. Full of laughs and squeamish reactions from the packed audience I was with. The production sets and props that are used for the kills have neat foreshadowing, and you can always feel the anticipation of when and how it's going to happen as a death consequence towards someone. There are satisfying makeup and practical effects for those gruesome scenes. However, I did find the visual effects side to be a bit poor and were not polished correctly for the outcome of the kills. The overall entertaining experience of what The Monkey is going for by its self-aware tone and over-the-top subgenres felt like Osgood Perkins was meeting with any of the Final Destination films, but also Peter Jackson's Brain Dead. The monkey itself had a personality. It always looked creepy because of its design and uneasy presence. I wouldn't want to be in the same room with that toy, especially when I'm trying to sleep. Theo James has come a long way in his acting career, from the Divergent films to The White Lotus Season 2. But I remember over 10 years ago when I saw Theo James for the first time in a film, which was the In-Betweeners movie. There was that one scene when Theo James's character
accidentally snorts some poo.
But in all seriousness, James's lead performance as the twin brothers was excellent, and I especially liked him as Bill. You can tell by performing both of these chalk and cheese brothers, he's shown a lot of effort, enjoyment and care. The same goes for the excellent supporting cast. Tatiana Maslany, Rowan Campbell, Osgood Perkins himself as Uncle Chip to the twins, Adam Scott, and Elijah Wood, who I wish had a lot more screen time. Because Wood's minor role was hilarious and entertaining to watch, and with his filmography background in the horror genre, he's appropriate for this type of film. I really liked the chemistry between Hal and his son Petey. I empathised with their complicated relationship regarding the separation and absence that Hal has had no choice of causing towards Petey, as it's the best and safest way for his life. Because it is difficult to explain to his flesh and blood about this unbelievably insane history the family has had with this dangerous toy monkey. Hal doesn't want the past to repeat itself in Petey's life, and I found that to be a fantastic piece in writing character. The dark comedy was a mix for me. Some of it was very good. Especially, sorry for spoiling here, the death scene of Uncle Chip. The way it unexpectedly happens, and when the film executes it as perfect timing for humour payoff, got me laughing out loud with the audience I was with. This is giving credit to this film's brilliant editing. However, some of the other dark humour was on the nose and tried a bit too hard on itself, which made me roll my eyes and felt annoying. The script of The Monkey has many themes and messages, and it's honestly a pretty busy screenplay for a straightforward story. And I've been seeing people having issues saying that this film doesn't know exactly what it wants to be about. This doesn't help with this film's rushed pacing during the second half of the presentation. Based on my perspective, this is obviously a film about death, grieving and family. Plus, protection, confrontation and coping with loss seriously. But at the same time though, this being a small part of what the film could be communicating, because again, this film does have a lot of topics. But it's also about coping with loss in a humorous and expressive way from a character and also an audience point of view. It's not at all offensive or disrespectful towards the deceased, it's trying to find some way of helping the characters continue in life after losing loved ones. For example, there's an interesting scene when the mum, played by Tatiana Maslany, and the twins, as young boys, have just got back home from a funeral. They start dancing, laughing, and it looks like that they're feeling better in themselves when they've just said goodbye to someone they once knew. Look, I don't know, but that was just a little something that stood out to me when I watched the film. I do think it's one of those horror films on a second watch where you could understand, pick up, and appreciate much more about what Osgood Perkins is going for in The Monkey. But still, I had a good time watching The Monkey. If you like your kills and gore, this is going to be for you. Great acting, tone, and an interesting script with many ideas that won't be for everyone. It's worth checking out in cinemas with a sold out audience. My rating of The Monkey is a recommendation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please let me know your thoughts about the film in the comments below. Feel free to watch another video and check out my social media sites. Links are in the description below. Have a wonderful day, and until next time.